Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Screen Time Continuum. I am Nick, and I am joined with the gentleman, as always. Keelan, how are you?
I'm doing well. Can't complain at all.
Good, sounds great. And we got Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Well.
Well, you're a little far away. We have awoken him. We awoken him from his slumber, so
Rah.
there you go. He's back. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate it. We have a very special banter episode for you guys tonight. And we're not going to be reviewing a movie. We're just going to be kind of talking, hanging out. I'm going to be covering a couple topics and, just seeing how the stream takes us. So if you want to jump in the comment section, if you want to chat with us, we are here to do so. We are going to be talking about a couple of things tonight. One will be, is the Hero movie dead already? Is it dead yet? What we are also going to be talking about, maybe some aliens, some pre-programming, and maybe the top 20 alien movies of all time, according to some website that I found. And we're going to be ending with a working theory that I have. A working theory that I have that involves sonic weapons and cinema. And so I think that's where we're just I'm going to leave that little stinger. As you guys can tell, we're going to be doing audio only tonight because we really just wanted to focus on the conversation. So how's it going, Keelan? What's going on with you?
Not much, really. Just seeing all the same alien overflow stuff that you guys are, and felt we definitely had to cover it. But overall, it is sweltering out here in the Sahara of Los Angeles, because what the heck is going on off the coast of the Pacific Ocean?
Honestly, it is swampy.
Terraforming.
Terraforming,
Sure.
Yeah, somebody's terraforming the planet, that's for sure. I don't know what's going on. It's called the summer, and I hate it. And I'm ready for it to be over, to be honest. I'm going to, let's see. We should start off with the hero stuff, I think, because I have a couple of lists here of upcoming superhero movies. I think that all of us are sort of the sentiment that we're kind of tired of this. And I think what really brought this conversation on was the Blue Beetle trailer, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Blue Beetle trailer? What do you think about
it?
It's another high school superhero. The only thing that's different about this one, compared to some of the other ones, some of the other ones were also high school kids, is he's a high school kid in the actual comic, except he's not a high school kid. He's an orphan runaway.
There's the twist, right?
Right.
Just like
you mean
Billy,
like in
Billy Bats.
Shazam?
Yeah.
Shazam was he a runaway or was he just an orphan?
He's technically not a runaway, but
no, because technically he was, because he was in foster care and he kept running away.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, you're right. Fair enough.
Dang.
But yeah, for sure. For sure, that's one of those things they change, kind of prettied it up. But they pretty all of these movies up, so I don't want to go too hard on that. But overall, I was thinking about that, and as a person, though, I mean, hey, everything else is fine. I can't really complain.
Well, I don't know. What was the last superhero movie you were psyched for?
Psyched for?
For jokes, Spawn. Um,
Taking it way back.
yeah, taking shots and taking it way back.
Right.
Um, let's think. The last superhero movie I was excited for, the Killing Joke, probably
Oh, the HBO series or the cartoon.
cartoon.
The
Yeah,
animated. You know what? To be fair, the DC animated stuff has always been excellent. Almost all of it is excellent.
Are you a big fan of the Harley Quinn show?
No, I said almost.
Ah.
Actually,
Almost.
I watched the Harley
But it's
Quinn.
not
Like,
bad.
it's
It's
not
really
bad.
not bad.
Yeah. It's not what I thought it would be, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It started off much better than it's going, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, everything has to be woke now. So
Honestly, it's not just that they just toned it down.
mm,
The show itself is not as Harley Quinn as it once was. It's really, hey, come watch this show I made now, which is fine. But anyway, I'm about to say that's not what we're talking about. In fact, sir, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. Banter on. Um,
right.
but yeah, that my favorite thing about the Harley Quinn show is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. What they have done is made one of the least favorite things for anybody about the show Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. That's the part that makes the show kind of difficult at this point. It's not enough Harley Quinn being Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy being Poison Ivy. You get this
Weird romance.
I wouldn't even say a weird romance, but you get this monster, this compilation of both of their personalities and story arcs, and it's like, man, just give me like 3 Poison Ivy episodes and the rest Harley Quinn episodes, 2 episodes of them doing anything together, and boom, you got a solid season. But every episode is them doing their thing together, and sometimes it kind of falls short. That's my real review of the Harley Quinn series,
And
and
this is the descent
they're
to
currently on
madness.
season 4. Right, this is kind of a descent into madness, but they're currently on season 4. I want to say episode 4 is about to come out. So yeah, just to be clear,
I
I am keeping up, and what I'm saying is about what I'm currently watching. But hey, guess what? I'm still gonna watch episode 4 because Mike's right. Their animated shit is fire.
I
Now,
didn't.
not saying Harley Quinn is fire because I stated where I stand, but to be clear, their animated shit's pretty good.
I think we need to pass a law that says you're not allowed to watch superhero movies after 40.
I'm getting to that point where I feel what you're talking about, Nick. It's like even having this conversation about it, I
Hey.
totally understand.
Your grandfather didn't, Mike. Don't worry about it.
Offended.
I only say that because I think it's just like it's gotten to the point where we're not the target audience anymore. So really, I don't even think it matters. But I'm not exactly 100% sure who the target audience is because it doesn't seem like the younger people are into it as much as our generation is. I think they really capitalized on our generation because we were the first sort of generation to see comic book movies. Thinking about like X-Men and Spider-Man, those types, Spawn, like you said.
Enjoyed them.
Yeah, Blade. There were a lot of like early proto comic book movies that we all really liked. And then we became the target demo, and that's what they sort of capitalized on. And I don't think that the industry has corrected course yet for the fact that most of us are in our 40s now, and we really just shouldn't be watching these things.
Right. Well, they also forget the foundation of why we watch these things. We don't just watch them because it's like, oh, hey, that's what's on. Here's something that people don't talk about often enough: 80s and 90s cartoons. That's
You know what's funny about that?
What's that?
As I'm looking up just right now, just to make sure, but as I understand it, they're making a continuation of the X-Men series.
I heard that as well.
From our early '90s.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard, but I heard that months ago, so I don't know how relevant or real it is still.
Well, because of what you just said, it's called X-Men. Yeah, X-Men '97. It's gonna start from where the original season,
Hmm.
that
Mhm.
season is going to start from the very end of that and continue on.
Okay. Well,
And
and this
rewrite
is
everything.
right, and exactly, Nick, because this is what I'm getting at. They
I
could
think that's kind of
plausibly,
a point of it not doing that,
well, right,
but
they
who
could
knows?
plausibly go back to that storyline, be familiar with it, and be able to just carry on. We'll see. But
Right.
that's kind of the thing is they've forgotten about it. And watch this. You went straight to X-Men because that's popular.
Hmm.
No, let's get to Street Sharks, Thundercats, Mummies Alive. No. I'm not saying make those
Swamp
shows.
Thing.
Right. Swamp Thing. I'm not saying make those shows. Swamp Thing is a Marvel character.
Biker mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars. These are the things
Oh
that
yeah,
laid the foundation.
Battletoads.
All of those things, like all of these things laid the foundation for us watching the Beast War Transformer shows, Animorphs, even Animorphs, even though that was more of a novel. Things laid the foundation for the adults who started paying to watch this influx of movies that we got for what 20 years.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's where it started. It started at Voltron. It started at fucking Sailor Moon,
Silverhawks.
depending on the person. Silver, all of it. Like we can go back, and of course, there's some people who are like, "Oh, he's not naming things like Fat Albert." Fat Albert didn't do that. Fat Albert is what got you over to National Lampoons and shit. We like
And pudding pops.
Oh,
knock it off. What I'm saying is, there's levels to this shit.
and Quaaludes.
Knock it the what I just say. Knock it off. Jeez, the Jello. Yep. I was typing it off fast. That's why I said the Jello. And I wanted to say the Jello was jiggling, but I felt like y'all might have some bad. Jeez.
Absolutely.
But so yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is they forgot where the foundation was. They forgot that there was something that kept our attention while we were reading the things that were in our hands. There were still shows we were watching, and all of that crafted our imagination. And then we got to the movies and all of those things.
Mhm.
So what did they give this new generation? Nothing. They gave them what they gave us, the final product. You gave them a final
Yeah.
product, and we expect them to stick around. And I think that's what we're watching.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. The younger people weren't exactly watching X-Men 97. They were watching the X-Men movies, and they certainly weren't doing that every weekend.
Right.
So yeah, you're probably right that there was a huge foundation that they laid in order to start capitalizing off the live action hero stuff. But it certainly seems to me, and maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe maybe I'm the one that's wrong. No, it's the children that are wrong. But it feels to me that I don't know, that I feel like this is all starting to come to an unwinding point, and Blue Beetle might be a shot across the bow. I know that we did mention the Flash. I think a couple episodes ago. Did you watch it, Mike?
Yeah, I actually went to the theater and saw it. I was offered a free viewing, and I took up on it.
All right.
And it's pretty bad.
Snacks, huh?
Oh, man, you know what? I got to figure out something worse than snacks. It's pretty bad. It's almost Project Legion bad.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean the Mad Goose Wizard.
With
You know
you
what I
saying
mean?
that, with you saying that, I have to say Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo deserve a shout out.
For what? For
Super
Spawn?
Mario.
Oh, Super Mario. Yes. Yeah, there you
Was Bob Hoskins in Spawn?
go. No, you're right. He was Mario.
Yeah. You know what? Flash is worse than that.
Well, that's good. That's like bad good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shouting that out, because that's not what you mean. Like there's a line of movies.
Nah, I get you.
Yeah, like there's certain Batman movies that aren't good, but compared to other shit, it's like, oh, you know what? All right, yeah, let's rock with that. Batman Forever.
What a way to kill one of your most famous Flash plots too.
I mean, really
Really,
bad
this movie is
too.
that bad?
Like it's the only time you're going to be able to do it. It's the Flashpoint, right?
I was just about to say this is
Yes.
the Flashpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
It's when you can
couldn't
rewrite
get
the
that.
entire DC universe to a degree.
So wait, are you telling me they couldn't get Flashpoint right?
They
Because
couldn't.
I don't even know what this Flash is supposed to be about. I haven't been interested in the movie in the least. I know I saw a trailer where Batman and Flash were in it, and they were sitting in the Batjet, and I was like, "What the hell is this about?"
It was more like an excuse just to get all the different versions of Batman in one movie, and all the different versions of Superman in one movie. Because there's a huge load of cameos. Even the Nicolas Cage Superman is in this.
Oh my god!
So what you're telling me is,
Yeah.
this is an episode of WandaVision.
I wish it was that good.
Damn.
The special effects are like, it was like looking at special effects from the 90s, like the mid to late 90s, and it was, trust me,
Oh wow.
like they couldn't even special effects the babies to look like real babies.
Oh, that's terrible.
They look like those babies from Ally McBeal, if you even know what that is. It's pretty bad.
With the dancing baby?
Yeah, that's what they look like, all of them. Plus, there's a scene where in the beginning where the hospital is falling, and all these babies are in danger, and they're sliding out of the windows of a falling hospital building, and they just look all this smooth animated baby. They just, I don't even know how to explain it.
And
other
you're
than
telling
Ally
me
McBeal.
You're telling me that Ezra Miller has to save those children?
You mean the Mad Goose Wizard? Yes.
Oh boy.
That's what he calls himself. When he's not attacking women and other things.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, they really. I mean, DC really just crashed and burned.
I forgot about that. I mean, I
didn't
forget about that. Well, let me be clear. It's not I forgot that he did that. I forgot that they didn't punish him for that.
Right.
James Gunn got fired from Disney for making a joke on Twitter.
I also just realized I used the word punish. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Also another mistake I made a little earlier. I said I referenced WandaVision, but I meant Doctor Strange 2, the movie. But then when I thought about it, I'm like,
mom.
Whatever. I know.
Doctor Strange 2, Wanda Boogaloo. We know.
Basically, yeah. That's you got where I was going with that. I might say, but at the same time, that's just an extended version of WandaVision. So
pretty much.
Yeah. Which we had a whole episode talking about that. So, because that's really that was really a WandaVision wrap up.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Doctor Strange. But look, if I'm Benedict Cumberbatch and that was my last movie, somebody owe me a check.
Yeah, poor Doctor Strange, man. They did him dirty. He's not even gonna get a trilogy. He's just gonna get 2 movies. That's it.
And at least his first movie was good, which means his second movie should have been good.
You would think. Well, okay, so I have a surprise for you guys. I have the upcoming DC and Marvel movies in a list, and I'm going to go through them, and you're going to let me know how excited you guys are for them, and whether you would go to the movie theater to watch it.
Right. What's that?
Wait, I just want to say before we start this, when you or I make a list, is going down.
Right. Yes. All right. So I got all of the upcoming stuff that's happening right now. So we just talked about The Flash. We talked about Blue Beetle. How do you guys feel about that? You're not interested, huh?
Blue Beetle, I was kind of interested in at first, but now not so much.
I've always been...
CGI doesn't look great.
It doesn't look.
It looks okay.
It doesn't look terrible.
He kind of looks like
better than The Flash.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But he kind of looks like an action figure.
Yes.
Right.
He got like a plastic look to him. Yeah. Weird.
Jaime Reyes has always been one of the more interesting characters to me, so I am interested in seeing it. I'm just not sure if I'll go to theaters for it.
Okay. All right. So that's coming out August 18th. Just so you know, so you have plenty of time. Well, only a few weeks, actually.
What am I talking about? I'm not going to theaters.
Okay. Fair enough. Next one is coming out, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
With Amber Turd.
I think
she's in it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still in it.
I don't think
I checked.
Yeah, I don't think they took her out.
I think they severely diminished her role.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
I mean, she's like the queen of the ocean, isn't she? I forgot who she was in that movie.
I don't know.
She's not the queen until she marries Arthur.
Right.
Right.
And there's supposed to be in this movie a wedding is supposed to occur.
And I'm sitting
Yeah.
here like, isn't that what this whole movie is about? That's what
Yeah.
Who knows?
I get
Who
you.
knows?
At this point,
No,
I don't think
I mean,
anybody's looking forward to this one. And I think it's Warner Brothers. They are absolutely
They're not
destroyed
gonna
right
do
now.
it. Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to get that shit off the books, probably.
All their Justice League characters have fizzled, man.
Yeah,
Honestly.
they're not that good.
It's superhero fatigue at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Because
think so.
they pumped hundreds of millions of dollars into each one of these movies, and this goes for Marvel too. And because they just stopped trying, not with DC so much, but I know with Marvel for sure. They pumped so much money into these movies, but the writing quality has gotten so bad,
Yeah.
it's not worth
know
going
why.
to see anymore.
We know why. I'm sure the strike's been going on much longer than we really know.
You know what?
The strike has been going on in our minds much longer.
Right. Because
Right.
everybody's just tired of watching the same kind of thing over and over, and that's kind of what they've been giving us.
Mhm.
They've kind of stopped working on making the stories any better, because you get these kind of cookie cutter stories that kind of just fall in line, and then because they can tie them all together, you're supposed to still be excited for it without them actually trying.
I think maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe we're just all as an audience picking up the fact that the people making these aren't excited to make them anymore.
Right.
They used to be.
Right.
You
I
know,
mean,
when Marvel first established itself, it was a rogue sort of thing that people were passionate about.
Yep.
And now I think that it's just like, okay, well, if we spend $250 million to make a superhero movie, we can at least double our money,
Boo.
Right.
Boo. Yeah.
Because I mean, look at all the cast for the Avengers. I mean, most of them they're like, we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, but look how much money they've made too.
Yeah.
Oh,
they've
yeah,
made
they cleaned up
boatloads.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So
most of them are on the bridge of retirement.
Aquaman movie comes out on Christmas too. That's a bold decision.
Good luck.
This is how I feel about the Aquaman movie. I saw the first one on accident on TBS in a hotel room.
You got tricked into
and I didn't even know what I was watching until I saw Ben Affleck. No, first I saw Ben Affleck sitting in a bar, and I was like, "Oh, maybe this is Argo or something." And then I saw.
I would have changed from that.
No, wait. Then I saw Jason Momoa, and I said, "Dang, they got a movie together. Oh, what's this?" And then when he said something about the King's side, it clicked, and I was like, "Oh, this is damn Aquaman."
Yeah, not the best.
No.
Or is that the other one? Was that even Aquaman? Or
No,
was
that was the Justice League.
Okay, yeah, that's how I saw that one then. So I never seen Aquaman. My bad.
There you go. You haven't even seen it.
Jeez.
That's how terrible that is. Like,
Damn.
honestly, that's how interesting those movies are. And I hate to say that because the comics were ultra interesting. Like, Aquaman comics kept me in stitches. That shit's funny as hell. But the character that they've tried to develop Jason Momoa into being, one, he's not funny. He's a dick. Which you have the niche of Aquaman is he's a funny asshole. Like, you don't want to be his friend under any pretense other than the fact that he's Aquaman. But he keeps you laughing, so then you go, he's not that bad.
Right.
That's Aquaman in a nutshell if you were to read the source material. But you
also, somebody who lives at the bottom of the ocean would not be that sun-kissed. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he is such a beautiful tan, and he's supposed to live at the bottom of the ocean.
Here's the question, though. Is Jason Momoa tan, or is that just a lot of damn tattoos and hair?
Oh, that could be it. It could be, yes. It could be that he looks like a grungy biker, that I think he's got like one of those like old dude tans, like a guy that's been out in the sun for too long.
Leather skin future.
Yep, I was
Yes,
about to say that
there you
on
go.
leathery look.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next one for DC is Joker, Folly Ado, which is Joker 2.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of looking forward to that one. If it's gonna be a sequel to the Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah.
is also going to be a musical, and it's also going to be with Lady Gaga. So eat your words, Mike.
Wait, a Joker.
Got him.
I forgot she was gonna be replacing Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I just want to say a Joker musical is going to be awesome. I don't care how anybody feels about me saying that. However, if what's her name? Lady Gaga? Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Pause. I can't believe I did all of that. What the fuck? Anyway, come on, bruv. If she's there, she's probably going to be a part of the music. And I'm unfortunately going to have to admit that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a good voice. I won't take that away from her. I'm not
worried about her voice. It's her writing. Yeah, that's gonna.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna give a hot take here. I think Joker is kind of cringe. Sorry.
Yeah, honestly, I just kind of looked into it now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. The Joker was cringe, man. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a fine actor, but I just think that movie was cringe as fuck.
I actually like the movie.
Like the Joker, the character is over the top.
Yeah, but also the way that they decided to make it, and it's just like, yeah, I get it. Mental illness, I get it. Poverty, I get it. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, this is so current and now, and it speaks to our time, and it's just like, don't speak to my time. I don't want my time to be spoken to.
Now, if we're saying that, to be clear, I'm a semi-fan of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. If that's what we're doing to compare it to this new one. Semi-fan, but mostly because it's Joker. It wasn't Joker, it was Clown Man. We discussed all of that.
Well, the problem with all these movies is they make they make evil relatable. They have to. Yeah. You have to be able to relate to why they do what they do instead of them just being evil.
I'll be very clear when I say this. They don't. I know, but I'm just saying, like, if we're being like, I think that's another thing that has to probably stop in general. Everybody has to stop acting as if there is no other way. The other way is to just not participate. Like, stop. It's like we tell little kids, stop. It's like that Michael Jordan.
Get help.
Right, exactly. Stop it.
Yes.
Get help. Because it's over the top or it's too much at times. And then there are times where it's necessary, but it doesn't have to be everywhere. We don't have to always be over inundated with cringy, make you remember how tough and rough life is. The point of movies is to escape that shit, not to keep going through it.
Joker is for Hot Topic kids. Sorry. It's done. It's done.
Well, wait, the ones that go to buy the t-shirts or the ones that go to buy lip rings?
Both.
Trying to draw a line.
Yeah. No line there.
You know what? At least it's not another Jared Leto.
Oh, fair enough.
At least it's not another Jared Leto Joker. I mean, wow.
You know what was super crazy is that the future Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League was actually a better Joker.
Got you.
In the extended cut of the Justice League, not.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
The second 4 hours, Mike.
He was the one that had he had a vest and he had long hair and he was like doing like a monologue.
That wasn't that Leto?
That was Leto, but he was tactical Joker in a post-apocalypse, and it was much more palatable for some reason than
I don't know, man. That was probably the only time he did a decent Joker, but at the same time, I don't. I think I was there for all.
Uh-oh.
We lost Mike.
Thing like a roller coaster. He did.
Oh, you just got put on mute. That's all. Mike, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good.
I think I was just there for the Zack Snyder the remake, and Jared Leto at the end just kind of got a pass because he kind of just went along with it, and it was
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna be upset at him for this Joker version because the
Yeah.
monologue was really well,
hmm
and he couldn't mess that up.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and it wasn't really. He wasn't. I don't know. What would you call him in Suicide Squad? He's like,
Cringy.
yeah, but he's like, um, I can't say it. I can say it, but I don't want to say it. Never mind. I won't say it. I don't want to. I want to be good.
There's a word for it.
Yeah. Trailer.
Step into the dark side.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm playing devil's
It's all.
advocate. Go
It's
ahead.
all good. No worries. I'd rather not, but you know, like maybe a white dude that aspires to be a rapper. How about that? That's the vibe that he gave me.
Well,
Yeah. So the next movie is going to be Superman's Legacy, and that's going to be the Tim
hold on.
Gunn.
Oh, wait. How do we all feel about Joker?
I think it's cringe.
I'm
so
still kind of looking forward to it, despite
Forward to
the
it.
setbacks that you just presented.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll see it in theater, but
that's the part I was gonna say. I still will not see it in theaters. I just want to say
right.
that.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I will watch the duet between Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, and
Ugh.
probably
I think
cringe.
y'all already know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Right.
I won't
next,
say it on here.
Yeah. The
You
next
hate
movie.
me.
We only have a couple more for DC. So the next movie is Superman Legacy. That's Tim Gunn. And that's coming out in 2025. I don't really. Why do we need another Superman movie?
I was about to say, what's this one about?
It's going to be about a younger Clark Kent.
Nope.
So like high school age Clark
Nope.
Kent.
I don't.
I think I'm a pass.
Yeah.
Smallville the movie.
Smallville the movie. Yeah. Pretty much. With the James
I think
Gunn.
I'm a pass because I don't know.
Superman's a hard
like the
character to get.
I like the job that Henry Cavill did.
Me too.
And I would watch another Henry Cavill version because I'm kind of a fan of him. I like his work.
Right.
And I like his stance and his excitement for being a part of things that he's a fan of. I like that. So I don't know.
So you're a Cavill stan, is what you're saying?
Oh, you're from Cavill stan?
Maybe.
All right. Well,
if you're passionate about something, you're gonna want it to be good. You're gonna put your extra energy into it because you're a fan too. He's a fan like we are of this stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think Cavill did a decent enough job. I just don't think that he was given a whole lot to work with. Superman didn't even get a trilogy. I don't think. Right? No. I mean, he got Batman versus Superman. I guess that's supposed to be like the sequel to Man of Steel, but
that's not fair.
That was a weird choice.
But all he really did was stand with the cape on and stare at the camera.
Oh yeah, because he couldn't do anything else, or Batman would be dead. The only thing that saved Batman is that their mothers were named the same thing.
Why did you say that name?
Their mothers were named the same.
Save Martha.
They're both Martha.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Save Martha.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is why I don't watch this. Like some of it makes you want to go and watch it. Like this is what I'll say. Justice League came 10 years too late. Right? We've been over watching a whole group of superheroes do something. And then all of these offshoots that DC finally got the money to start putting together live action, they just were half-hearted. I haven't. What's the greatest one they put out? I know we're in the middle of doing the ratings, but I'm at a point where I'm thinking like, what's the best one they put out?
Oh, I don't know. The best DC movie they put out?
The Batman.
The Batman.
The
Batman was an hour too long.
And that was 1990.
No. I mean, the most recent with Robert Pattinson.
Get out of here.
That's no. I think that's probably the best one. Not for me personally, but I think that one did the best.
I mean, I guess you can't
Are you
call
counting
any of the
inflation,
Dark Knight
or what are we
series
doing?
DC, huh?
No. Wait, Mike's doing numbers right now. Are we talking inflation, Mike, or?
I think in terms of viewership,
Oh,
like
okay,
I,
okay.
th- I think the fan base just enjoyed the Batman better than most of the other DC projects. Now there's the Nolan stuff. Um,
Not
I was a fan of
technically
those,
the same
but
DC though.
yeah, it's I don't think they're a part of the DCEU. I
Mm-mm.
don't think
They're separate.
so. I think that's separate.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
So
That's a
yeah,
respect.
Well, that brings us to the last one, which is the Batman Part 2, and that's coming out in 2025. But I don't know. I wasn't very thrilled with the first Batman, the Batman. I think it was fine. I just think it was an hour too long. It's 3 hours long.
yeah,
I didn't need to see that.
I wasn't a big fan of it either, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I said I was looking forward to a part 2. So
You
Yes.
did. I think
Stan
you did.
Fucci
Yeah.
Award. Yeah.
here I am.
Right.
It's superhero fatigue, though.
I mean,
It is.
I'm burnt out just like that. But if I'm being honest, they could give me a Hancock version part 2, and I'll watch that shit too.
Hey, I would have watched that too, because at least that was somewhat like a original story.
True. I think there's a
was
difference
also a
too.
comic book.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think we might see more graphic novels over
Independent ones.
Yeah, over like actual established franchises. I mean, I've just showed you a list of like 7 movies that are coming out, so I'm full of shit, but I'm hoping that we start to see less of these establishment franchises and maybe more of the graphic novel adaptations, because that could be fine. All right, you guys ready for Marvel? I know you're ready for Marvel.
Right.
Hancock part 2 is in there.
Hancock Part 2 is in there. No, it's not. But I'm sure you guys watched the Secret Invasion season 1. How wasn't that amazing?
Are you sure?
I didn't see a single. I didn't even see trailers
how sure
for
are
it.
you, sir?
Are you sure about that? No, I heard that the first couple episodes were fine, and then at the end it does some irreversible damage to the entire DCE or the MCU, which is
mean
what
like-
Marvel has been doing for the past like 5 years.
You mean Rhodey becoming a
Skrull.
or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yay.
And hinting at Nick Fury possibly being one, but then possibly not. But then also,
how does that work?
Fury's a Skrull in the comics, though.
Right. But also the villain is given the all the powers of the most powerful entities in the DC or the MCU.
Wait, what?
And it's the Khaleesi, by the way. It's Emilia Clarke as the villain, and she has like the powers of Captain Marvel, the Hulk, like all the most powerful members. Of
all in that
MCU.
tiny little body, huh?
She even actually morphs her arm into a Drax arm, complete with his tattoos and everything.
But my question is, what is her character? Like, how does that happen?
Emilia Clarke is, I don't know what character she plays.
No one cares. They just want Emilia Clarke because she's ultra hot.
She's a franchise
Is she
killer.
now?
No, she's a franchise killer. They do this to every, think about the last franchises Emilia Clarke's been in. We have this, which is a Marvel franchise, right? Rewind the clock. What was she in? She was in Han Solo. That's Star Wars. She killed Star Wars. She was in Han Solo. Yes, the Han Solo movie.
Really?
She was in Game of Thrones. She killed Game of Thrones.
Was that her killing that, or was that the writer's strike? I mean,
everything was, and all the entire last.
They were striking back then, but sorry.
The entire last season was focused on her. So I'm going to say yes, she killed that franchise. And then she was also in the Terminator, one of the worst Terminators. Genesis, I think.
Sounds like you came with receipts, Mike.
Yeah, man. She's a franchise.
I'm gonna shut up and just back up. Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Bang, bang. Like, yep.
She's killed 4 major franchises, so
All of those franchises are in the dump.
And they were in the dumps because of the movies that she was in. Han Solo killed the Star Wars franchise, and Terminator Genesis killed the Terminator franchise.
I don't know if Han Solo did it or if that was just the last straw.
It was like
But-
the beginning of the end. It definitely was the beginning of the end for sure.
When they made the coolest man in the galaxy.
Hey, he was so smooth.
The coolest man in the galaxy. And I was like, really? This is what we're doing? I'm out.
And his girlfriend's a robot.
I didn't even know she was in it. But that's what made me check out. I was like, nope, we're not doing that.
Oh, you didn't like young Lando?
No, absolutely not.
Come on in, baby.
I was about to say, it was Donald Glover.
I know.
What did you expect? You didn't expect him to be the goofy kid from Community in that movie too?
Oh, yeah.
I never saw that show.
Oh, it's good show, man. You should watch it.
You guys have said that at least 50,000 times. I know.
We're gonna say it every episode.
I definitely haven't said 50,000 because it's not even in my top like 50 shows. But yeah, it's in that universe of all the other shows that I like.
I know Rex and Park, Community, and The Office, and all that. I'm aware.
You don't know us. You don't know the world.
Hey, it's not our fault that they haven't made good sitcoms in the last 10 years.
Right.
I know. Bring back Seinfeld.
Oh God, no! Don't do that. I don't want that.
I mean, Seinfeld's not bad. Do me a favor. Don't do that twice.
But it could be worse.
It could be worse. I guess.
Friends?
Sure. Friends is not that bad.
Yes,
Go
it
watch
is.
Friends. No.
Friends is
It's
snacks.
funny, stupid. That's
Hey, wait.
Yes.
Wait. I'm gonna win this argument, and then we can move on.
Sure.
Friends or Living Single?
Living Single.
Well, I feel like that's a racial question.
Wait, I get it. It could be, but it's not. It could be. This is more of a quality question.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I would value them differently, to be honest, because I think Friends is stupid, but I enjoy it. It's like, for me, turn your brain off type of TV. Yeah.
Because Living Single was funny, but you could also that was intriguing.
Sure. I think there's probably a little bit more depth to that show than Friends. Friends was just dumb, but kind of funny.
Well, if they'd have dumped the same amount of money into it, and never mind.
You know what? Let's not do that. That's
Yeah.
This was a quality question.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I realized that maybe I should have used different examples.
Well, speaking of quality, you guys can't wait for October 6th when Loki season 2 comes out.
I can't wait to October 6th for much other reasons, but yes.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. I know what happens around October 6th.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys are excited for that. That's cool. Okay. All right. How about the Marvels?
I really want to know what's going to happen with the TVA, though. No joke. I'm really kind of like...
I have lost most of my interest in the TVA.
Mm-hmm.
You know
what? To be honest.
It shouldn't have taken over a year, because that's usually like a 8-month turnaround to get a new season. They've taken way too long.
Yeah. Interesting. Ki Kwan, or Ki Hugh Kwan.
I thought you were saying that the Kiki, but
Yeah, the guy that was in Everything Ever All at Once will be joining Loki season 2. So maybe there's a connection between the TVA and whatever he was in Waymond in Everything Ever All at Once.
That'd be an interesting crossover.
Maybe that's how he gets his multiverse jumping abilities.
That will be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Possibly, or it could just be headcanon that'll be better than anything in the show.
Yeah.
Let you guys be the judge.
which we definitely are at this point experts at.
Mm-hmm. The Marvels. Are you guys excited for the Marvels?
Just as excited about seeing Amber Turd.
Okay. I don't even really know anything about the Marvels, to be honest. I do know that they're all going to be in a situation where they switch locations.
Well, what it is Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Michelle Rambeau, I think was her name.
I thought you were going to say
Anytime they
Michelle
use
Marvel.
no
Photon.
photon.
Photon's daughter.
Anytime one of them uses their powers, they switch. They switch
Places.
spots.
Right.
And Brie Larson's whole entire role in her own sequel has been completely nerfed
Oh,
to
yeah.
make way for the Disney Plus version of Kamala Khan that no one is excited or looking forward to seeing.
You mean the Disney Trinity?
Yes.
Good job.
Nobody wants to see it. Nobody asked for it, but damn it, you're gonna look at it
And
or
you're going to
not.
love it.
And I was much
Right.
more excited to
Because
actually
girl
see
power.
Miss Marvel Part 2. Or what do they
It's
call it?
supposed to have been, but it's called the
Yeah,
Marvels.
Captain Marvel Part 2, sorry.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in the Captain Marvel Part 2, but they switched it to being just the Marvels.
I was actually excited about that. No joke.
I was not. I have never been excited about it. I don't like Captain Marvel all that much.
Fair enough.
However, they've kind of just nerfed the character, and they've nerfed kind of like the whole franchise is just gonna bomb. The whole Captain Marvel thing is just gonna bomb. No one's gonna watch it.
That's
And
Honestly,
I don't think it's just because of Brie Larson.
I think Disney Plus is going to tank soon.
Yeah.
It's already tanked, I think.
I think
They
the
just
thing
don't know
right
it
now
yet.
is change everything that is old and known to whatever we want it to be.
Because I'm looking at this
I like
slate
that
and
racial too.
I'm
Sorry.
looking at this slate, and honestly, there's not a whole lot that's actually coming in theaters. I think I mentioned the last. Okay, so I said Secret Invasion, that was Disney Plus. The Marvels will be Disney Plus. Echo season 1.
Who was that again?
Apparently, she was debuted in Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Exactly. Ironheart. Ironheart will be Disney Plus.
Kind of was looking forward to that, kind of, sort of, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Riri Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Agatha, Coven of
Not
Chaos, will be on Disney
But
Plus.
I'm kind of interested because I liked Agatha more than I like Wanda.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Salem witch trials, patriarchy bad type stuff.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how much of that I can tolerate anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair.
The only masculine debut I think will be Daredevil Born Again, but I think that I think they're just doing that just so that they can kill the previous Daredevil canon.
And that's another.
You know, there is a female Daredevil.
The stuff that they.
Oh well, there you go.
The stuff that they did well, they destroy to replace with something that they do shitty.
Well, Netflix
I don't
did
even get that.
the Daredevil canon. That's probably why they're trying to put this
Probably,
out.
but that's why it was done well. Everyone liked it.
Yep.
Or at least as far as I can tell, I don't know anybody who hated the Daredevil series.
No, it's pretty much universally liked.
I even liked the Defenders. I didn't care for
Iron Fist.
Danny Rand so much, but I mean,
yeah, Iron Fist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's definitely Danny Rand.
Yeah, Danny Rand was kind of the weakest character.
But I could even tolerate him to a degree.
Yeah, Jessica Jones.
But I thought that was just poorly. I thought he was poorly written, though. I thought
Jessica Jones was
poorly
a great
wrote
show.
him. I love Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones and Power Man that they didn't call Power Man. What did they call him?
Oh shit, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, which is also his name, but
yes,
right.
Luke Cage was good.
I thought he did a great job, and I even enjoyed his series to a degree.
Yeah, his series was
decent. They cheated us with Luke Cage. It got too deep. And then they pulled the plug. No, for real. It got too deep and they pulled the plug. What was happening in Luke Cage, no bullshit, they were literally implanting conscious books into every episode and shit. Right. So they were doing their own level of
protesting.
And at the same time, there you go. Protesting would be the better word than They were doing their own, because I don't think there's anything gross about it, but I do also understand where it's like that could be kind of crossing the line, and then you don't understand why you lost funding because you crossed the line. That wasn't, why you get, but hey, that's what you went out there, and that's the hill you were ready to die on, and some people are going to appreciate that, some people won't. But in essence of It's similar to.
Oh, you guys, you know what will happen in Daredevil? We'll get She-Hulk. So
Oh
that's
hell
who.
no!
Since they're a couple now.
It's similar. What?
I mean, they're kind of a couple at the end of She-Hulk, aren't they? Doesn't Matt
You watch it?
Murdock like have dinner at her house and like meet her family and all that?
As I understand that he did the walk of shame instead of.
Right.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they
How
did
does a
hook
blind
up.
man do the walk? Never mind.
He don't need eyes.
He actually was
His
carrying his
footsteps
shoes.
his footsteps are enough echolocation because he's barefoot.
Right, and he was carrying his shoes to emphasize the point that he was the one that was used instead of
Yes, of course. Gotta have it that way because it's funny
right.
that way,
Because I love the idea of She-Hulk twerking. That just makes her so relevant and
Oh
powerful.
yeah. Let's get Meg the Stallion up there too. Why not?
You know how I feel about that one. Off camera, we can discuss that again. But
Why you
oh
angry all the time?
man,
Right, no plan. I don't. Yeah. I'll be wanting to jump in, and I'm like, you know what?
just yeah. Be Switzerland on that. That's cool.
yeah, man.
But where does he stand?
2024, Deadpool 3.
I actually I enjoy the Deadpool movies.
I think they're fine enough.
I like Deadpool when two things happen. First thing that has to happen is we have to get an actual Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm.
The
You
second
don't
thing
like
that has
maximum
to happen-
effort?
It's fun. It's fun.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It's fun. But I also love to see Lady Death.
See,
the
you
same
asking
thing we
for too much.
No, I'm not. It's the same thing we didn't see when we saw Thanos. The whole purpose behind either of their stories.
Hey.
Stories?
Marvel didn't say that.
Well, she certainly can't be in Deadpool because she would be the simp to Deadpool. So they're not gonna have that.
I mean, but
they can't have somebody love Deadpool and then have him not love her back.
Right.
It'd be
toxic.
It'd be great because what's his girlfriend name's Marissa? It would just be her for a whole nother movie, even though at this point it wouldn't really be her, it would be Death, and we would know that, but he wouldn't.
Okay. Jumping bodies. Yeah, I'm not.
That's what she does.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm exactly excited for Deadpool 3, only because I heard that Ryan Reynolds cannot ad-lib, as it would be considered a writing credit.
Excuse me?
Yep. So he won't be able to ad-lib in Deadpool.
Me no comprehende.
It means that
thank
most
you, Mike, because I had no way to respond to that.
Okay, so it means that most of the jokes that happened in Deadpool 1 and 2 were Ryan Reynolds sort of like improving.
Yep.
So he won't be able to do that.
All right, let me say this really quick. For whoever made that decision, if you've never watched a Ryan Reynolds stand-up, which means you want him to sit down and put pen to pad and make up his jokes right now and not in the moment. You are a fucking idiot because you were clearly living under a rock in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, because he's not capable of that to the level of which you would like him to be. And it's not going to be what you think, because I know you're probably having this thought like it's going to be it's going to be more thought out and more planned out. That's not your job.
How he does things.
Like, whoever made this decision, that's not your job. And the fact that you crossed that line is disgusting. But hey, you're probably never going to hear this. Nobody's going to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. But everybody who does hear it, they'll understand. That was nasty. I'm mad I even know that. That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
And now we understand why they're striking.
Well, and we're going to get some more canon breaking because
that's gross.
What's his name? Wolverine will be in this.
Yeah. Wait, so that means Hugh Jackman can't ad-lib either?
Nope. No, there won't be any ad-libbing because
it's a crossover.
Yeah, because you'd be considered part. You would have a writer credit, and if you're, I guess they're still shooting and writing the movie right now, so that's why he's not able to do it because the strike.
So it's more so because of the strike.
Yeah, it's definitely because of the strike.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, how's the strike going? Because I heard they were offered everything they wanted, and they're still saying no.
Then they wouldn't have been saying no still if they were offered everything they wanted.
Well, they decided once they got what they wanted, they wanted more. That's my
Oh yeah.
understanding.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, hey,
cool.
if you could give me this, why you can't give me that?
Right.
Right.
That's kind of why I think I don't know because I don't follow because I don't care.
Mm.
I don't really get involved in millionaires fighting with each other typically. Or wait, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not millionaires fighting this
Millionaires
time. I'm
fighting.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna say I'm pretty sure the millionaires are setting fuck up.
It's none of
no,
my
because
business.
Bryan Cranston's actually up there arguing and fussing and on the rights of the little guys.
Oh, but
That
you
he's
know
not
why they
taking a
do
pay
that.
a
though.
pay cut.
I think most of the people who we're gonna see who we know make certain levels of money, these are gonna be the people who you're gonna find out are like still teachers and or running organizations where they have a litany of actors and people under them. So they're kind of
Mhm.
setting that standard. I don't think the people who just make their money and go home are doing that. I
I
just don't.
think it's a much simpler than that, though.
Mhm.
Think about it this way: writers remember,
That too.
Mhm.
and if they don't see you at their protest, you think you're going to get any work in the future?
That's a good point.
Or-
Better
But
hope
I
you
mean,
got.
are they even putting out
Yeah,
any quality work anyway?
No, but fair enough. But I mean, those people do want to have money, right? I mean, they want to make their money. So, of course, they're going to be out there making sure that they get lots of photo ops. So that
Right. And it
way,
is unionized, so
yes.
you could only get so many people in certain sections.
Yeah.
Unless
Well, next one is going to be Captain America Brave New World. That's coming out in 2024.
a brand new shield. Rah rah, she bear. We know.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. This is who's going to be playing?
You know.
What is this about?
Anthony Mackie, of course.
Oh,
This
okay,
is a
so this is-
continuation of Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right. That's what I was.
How many years later?
2.
Jesus
Many.
Christ.
Yeah, it's
Too many.
too many. Well, I'm glad that they took care of the Flag Smashers, so we don't have to worry. But this is going to be introduction to Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross.
Who? What?
Harrison
Why?
Ford is playing
That's why he
Thunderbolt.
was in Indiana Jones.
Why?
I don't know,
To
dude.
the new crowd of kids. That's why they had it Indiana Jones so that his face was familiar to the new kids. And now guess what? They're gonna see him in this and go, "Oh, what was that?" And by the time this comes out, that's
I
already
swear,
gonna be
man.
playing on
Is
TV.
anybody who? I wonder how much the person changing his diaper makes.
Harrison Ford must have made sacrifices to Kali Ma because there's no reason that there is no reason he should be getting any more movies. Yeah. He should not be getting any more movies. He has a terrible attitude. He's a terrible actor. He was only good when he was younger because he had charisma.
Right.
Now he's old and curmudgeon-y. I don't want to watch him.
Get off my damn lawn.
Yeah. Him and fucking Clint Eastwood should do a movie together where they sit on a porch and mumble.
Hey, that would be great.
We're shooting a movie, and they just don't understand this movie we're shooting in this movie.
Hey, you joking, but
What?
I would probably
What'd you
pay to
say?
watch that.
You
I would go to the
speak up,
theater to
Clint.
see
I
that.
can't hear you.
I said the movie, and
After my fourth plane crash, my hearing ain't so good.
Wait, that's semi not funny.
Seems me the only thing me and Indiana Jones have in common is we both can't land planes.
Hey,
Well,
yo.
if you know, you know. And then finally, we want to talk about Blade 2025.
Oh yeah.
So
I
excited.
Of course, I'm
was looking
excited. I
forward
just wish
to
it
that.
didn't get pushed back 3 fucking years.
Way long. Yeah.
Are they still going with Marshall? However you say his name.
Mahershala Ali. Yes.
Yeah, are they still using him? Because I heard that they were
Yeah,
gonna
but he'll be in
kick
his
him out and put Will
mid-40s
Smith
by
in.
then. I mean, Will Smith is currently the age that Mahershala Ali will be when the movie comes out.
Yeah. And they're admitting that, right? The movie is still quote unquote fluid, which means
Excuse me?
they don't
Ugh.
even have a movie.
Oh
Ugh.
God,
I
it's
don't
still in
even
the
like the way
working
that
state.
sound.
No, like that literally means they don't have a firm script. They don't
They don't
have
have nothing.
anything.
Nothing.
No locations, no stages booked.
And
Then
quite
why?
honestly, they might not even have Mahershala Ali anymore.
True.
It's possible.
Good.
Because I'm
Put
pretty sure
Wesley
he's
Snipes
tired of
back
being
in.
tied up because we haven't seen him in a lot. And that's causing his light. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go watch the next thing he's in. But as far as time is only so long before the
Did you
next
say his
person jumps in.
Moonlight?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you right. But no, that's not what I said. That's actually why I didn't finish the entire statement about lights possibly starting to dim because I felt like it would lead to a Moonlight statement, but you did it anyway. But yeah, I feel like because of the level of actor he is, it would probably
Mhm.
be nice to get from under that contract right now and get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Did
can't
I
work
miss
on 4
something?
and 5 things right now when you're waiting for a go from that. You could probably only work on 2, maybe 1,
Mm.
But yeah.
Well, I was going to go on, but honestly, I'm just going to run through these really quick. Fantastic Four 2025, Armor Wars TBA, Shang-Chi 2 TBA,
Really?
Spider-Man 4 TBA, Avengers Kang Dynasty
Dang.
2026, Avengers Secret Wars 2027, Wonder Woman series, apparently.
That's right. These
Wait,
go all the way to
that's
2030,
DC.
right?
That is DC. I don't know. That must have been a typo. Then we have Ryan Coogler's Wakanda television series. That's TBA.
That's 27 too, right?
It's TBA. There's no announcement
Oh,
date.
damn, they still haven't given that a year.
No. Okoye series, TBA. Nova Vision
Oh, yeah.
Quest. Yeah. So they've planned out to maybe 2030, which is gross. I'm disgusted by that.
Yeah, because here's the problem with that. Who's writing this shit?
Nobody, because they don't even have all that TBA stuff. Is just concepts.
Yep.
Probably just concepts that they have. They haven't even made
They
any
had to put it
progress
on books so that they could hide money.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a negative or a nasty way. That's just business.
Just business. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought. So I want to get to the next topic, which is aliens. We need to talk about these aliens, guys. Have you been?
You mean the ones on the planes?
Well, some, maybe some on the planes. Maybe there's some, somewhere.
It's not real.
Right.
What's funny about that is that these testimonies have been coming out from a whistleblower claiming to have intimate knowledge about the government's program to study UFOs and reverse engineer UFOs and spacecraft and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that the government has recovered non-human biologics as a direct quote from the wreckage of these quote unquote UFOs. Now, what I'm thinking is non-human biologics sounds like a lawyer term to me. And I'm wondering if these pilots were human hybrid chimeras that the government cloned. Yep.
Yeah. Sounds like Sweet Tooth in real life. So what I'm thinking something along that lines, honestly. And I'm also thinking when he continues to say things like, oh, I can't talk about that in a public setting, but you're telling us the crap you're telling us, which is blanket bullshit information. I think there gets to a point when because he said a lot of other things too, because it was like a whole Congress hearing.
Yeah.
But I think there comes a point where they give you the information that's going to cause you to ask the question, but they're never going to give you the information that actually leads you to the answer.
Right. I think that a lot of people feel the sentiment that this is all some charade, that like nobody believes it anymore. It's funny because had the government not done any of this, I think people would have believed in aliens more. But the fact that everything's being invented now, it's like nobody wants to believe it. So either that's a 4D chess move, or people just got wise to the government after certain events have transpired over the last few years.
Right. I mean, you think about, we say we had weather balloons. Then you have people basically asking, well, why would they only send weather balloons? You have Russia saying they fired upon UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
You have this guy talking about biologics. You got the crafts that were moving about that the pilots had put out while back. Like, you have all of these different things, and at the end of the day, you have things that are much more convincing in the same movies we watch.
Yeah.
And with I forgot, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson said this, which hey, you let me finish my statement before you start moaning and groaning, which is not the kind of person that you want to refer to when it comes to absolute knowledge. But he made a statement, and it was more of a, an opinion statement, but it was just a matter of fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of eyes and cell phones and iPhones and cameras you have on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Only time we ever see these things are what somebody's telling you, or at some distance where it's blurry and nobody can tell what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Found footage
I
movie.
mean, he basically steals people's memes from the internet and then makes them sound scientific. That's because the meme was this shot on a potato. Everybody who ever sees a photo of a UFO, that's the first meme you hear was this shot on a potato, because they're never good quality photos. Never. I'm kind of confused about the UFO thing, to be honest. I don't know what to believe at this point, and I think that that's because we've been sort of pre-programmed and primed to accept aliens through our alien movies. I'm leaning towards, if they are real, they're more interdimensional things that maybe come from the future.
So Buckaroo Banzai over Independence Day?
Yes, exactly. Yes, definitely. I don't think that there are species that came from another planet or anything like that.
They're already here.
They've been here for a long time, and they probably don't even dwell in this dimension, but a parallel dimension to us. Because it doesn't make sense. The closest star system to us is something like 50 trillion miles away.
That close?
Yeah, it's super close. Don't worry about it. It's only 5 or something, 20 light years or something like that, which is insane. I have a working theory that space isn't real. If you guys want to talk about that sometime, we'll get into it on another banter episode, but we're going to stay on aliens here.
Don't flying around in that Hoover
What do you
bag.
mean Neil Armstrong didn't land on the moon?
I don't think anything outside of our solar system is functionally real. I think it's all theoretical and doesn't make any sense. If you think about a star in the sky, according to our physics and according to astrophysics, most of the stars you see in the sky are long extinct and have burned out thousands of years ago. So if you were to travel
that's just the light we're seeing.
Right. But if you were to travel to a star right now, say you could travel to a star, by the time you get to that star, it won't be there anymore. And then you'll be focusing on the star behind it. And by the time you get to that star, it won't be there anymore. So you're actually just traveling through void, infinite void.
Yeah.
There is no, it's all an illusion, man.
That's crazy.
Now I want to play Starfield.
Right. There you go. Yeah. So, this alien thing is starting to heat up a lot, coincidentally, when we have some scandals and some more pressing news that people might be interested in. It's always really convenient that aliens sort of start to poke their head up and tend to distract us. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's this aliens? Do you think it's all BS? What's going on?
Play my X-Files music and I'll answer.
All right, here we go. Go ahead.
And that's my answer.
All right, fair enough. So it's the government, like the X-Files, basically.
That's it.
Yeah. All been theorized already.
I got the government for 100, Alex.
Okay, fair enough. So you think that we're the ones that are creating these craft, and this is just a secret program?
I would okay to be all jokes aside.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be pretty foolish to think that we're the only living creatures in the entire galaxy, universe, solar system, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
However, do I think there are finally some aliens? I don't know, but I find it interesting. We'll see where it goes. They gotta show me something more than just a microbe.
Right. And more than just a grainy video.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what oh man, I can't even think of the guy's name now. Roger. I want to see what Roger got to say.
Hmm.
Oh God.
Well, there's a theory that the Greys are biological AI, so that they're sort of wet robots,
Right.
that they're not really actually entities, that they're some sort of engineered entity. So again, we can go back to the non-human biologics, right?
Well,
Maybe
aren't we
this is
technically biological AIs?
That's also a theory.
kind of close, I would say, yes, except that the AI would be considered like hyper intelligent. So we are sort of biological robots in many ways, but I would say that these Greys are thought to be some sort of biological casing for an AI system, something that can allow AI to travel through space, basically.
Well, I'm gonna just say my evidence for biological AIs. We saw one glitch right in front of us on live TV.
Well, and maybe
He
that
had
chick
to
on
be
the,
rebooted.
maybe the chick on the airplane saw one
Right.
when she said that guy is not real.
Yeah. They
Maybe
said
that's
that
what she meant.
somebody came out that was on that flight said that they looked at the guy she was talking about and he blinked sideways like in
Ooh, like a lizard.
like in MIB. Yeah.
Yeah.
He blinked
he's a lizard.
sideways and I was like, there's the evidence. How come you didn't film that?
That's
Yeah.
right. Of course.
On a potato.
That'd have been the first potato video.
Hey, that would be more acceptable than everybody filming her and not looking at what she's looking at and pointing at and trying to get people to look at.
Although it's
'Cause
really
she's the
become
story.
it's become such a great meme because that video, like when she says that motherfucker's not real, the camera turns and you can splice in anything after the camera turns, like
Right.
so it's become a pretty good meme where people just splice in different things into the video.
So that's all that was happening. Somebody made a good clip.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I was just on a couple of planes and I was looking around like, is anybody on this motherfucker not real?
Right. You gotta find
Hey, I
out.
was looking. I was looking.
Keelan, what do you think, man? What do you think, aliens? What's going on here?
I think everybody could be right to some level, and that's the weird part. But it's all about what you call it. What do you call it? Like, do you call them aliens? Do you call them angels? Do you call them demons? Do you call them dimensional beings? Do you call them microorganisms beneath the microscope? Because those could be considered aliens. No, I don't mean symbiotes. I'm being serious at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure what the fascination has always been when it comes to aliens just being one particular thing, but I think it's such an array that they can continue to toy with what it is an alien is or where they exist or how they exist, because we don't have a true definition on what an alien is, or we don't have a true understanding, a consensus amongst the ranks. And because of that, some people say alien and they're talking about a person, and then some people say alien and they're talking about an extra dimensional being. So personally, I think everybody's right, but to prove, the scary parts, the part that gives you the willies if these walking beings exist, I think it would be less scary if it was less fog around what's what, because at the end of the day, a lot of this could really just be fear tactics. Like,
Right.
True. Very true. It could be Cold War tactics. We are in a conflict at the moment, even though a lot of people don't like to recognize that. And this alien thing might just be the sort of, hey, look out, the U.S. government has advanced technology.
Mhm.
I would like to take this brief moment to point out that while I was pulling up the browser, Popular
Mhm.
Mechanics put out an article 7 hours ago that says the universe may be a hologram, meaning our entire reality could be an illusion.
Yeah,
Popular
So
yeah.
they're
Mechanics,
so they're
military
listening to us.
Yeah, they are listening to us, and that would prove my point too. They also came out and said that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you guys are interested, you can check out the Exofathom episodes we did on the Stargate experience or the Gateway experience. We did, I think, 9 or 10 hours on that, which is a government document about the holographic universe and how that might work. It's really fascinating. I think that's possible. What I think is how that could tie into the alien thing is that the way that these objects seem to move in the sky would, to me, suggest that they're projections and they're not actual physical objects.
Mhm.
So it's possible that these are holograms that are being projected into the sky, or they are some sort of astral body that's not 100% physical.
Hmm.
Just
That's a
because of
fair
the way
theory.
that they move, they're being it's being documented, or at least it reported that they're moving at thousands of miles per hour and being able to turn at right angles and stop on a dime.
Mhm.
If you looked at it, if you used a laser pointer against a wall, you could do all of those maneuvers with the laser pointer, and it would look like the dot on the wall is moving like one of
Fascinating.
these. Yeah, and it would make it look like it's moving like one of these UFOs does. So I'm wondering if it's possible that these UFOs could either be projections that the government is projecting out to give us the impression that there are
Yes.
aliens out there. Yeah. Anybody interested in Project Bluebeam knows about that. Or these could be astral bodies that are actually being remote viewed into our planet. It's quite possible, going back to the holographic universe thing, in the Gateway Experience episodes that we did, we discover in the documents that if you are proficient enough at astral projection, what one might be able to do is send their body across long distances. So it's possible that if there are entities out there, they might be astral projecting themselves to Earth instead of physically visiting it.
Hmm.
And
Sounds
that
like
would
men staring at ghosts.
yes, it is. That movie was based on that series that we talk about, the
Right. I
Gateway
was just about to
Project.
say that. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, really interesting. So
Started with the Nazis.
yes, yes, uh-huh.
You mean in the ones? Never mind.
Oop.
Never mind.
No, not those. The old ones. The old
Never
ones.
mind. Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I almost said the right thing at the wrong time.
Yes, sir, you did.
Yeah.
So
Oh
in the
man.
spirit of aliens, I thought that I would look up the best alien movies of all time, and this is according to IMDb. So I have it right here. But if you guys, what's your favorite alien movie?
Favorite alien movie?
It might be Evolution.
That's a good one. I just
That was
watched
a
that
good one.
recently, actually.
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't have. I'll have to just say aliens and
Mhm.
It's
I think everything connected to it because there's a lot of good ones, but I don't know if I have an actual favorite.
for me, it might be Evolution or Dreamcatcher. I think
Oh
Dreamcatcher.
yeah.
I'll co-sign Dreamcatcher. I did really like that one, and it's a crossover into the horror genre too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Those are pretty good answers. Well, I'm going to give you IMDb's top list of the 20 greatest alien movies. At number 1 is Arrival. Did you guys see that?
No,
Arrival.
I remember the
Arrival
trailer for that. That
is
didn't seem like
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's the Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner, where all of the aliens make contact with Earth, and they have this language that's circular.
no.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Number 2 is Alien, 1979, of course.
Classic, of course.
Very
yeah.
classic. Yeah. Number 3 is The Thing. The Thing is creepy. We just
That's
watched that
another
recently.
great one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The new one, the old one.
Oh, the old
Which
one.
one?
Yeah, the old one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The new one's pretty good too. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I think we watched the old one with all of like the really bad puppetry and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Hey, don't make fun of it. Love that
What's good
Yeah.
is good.
squishy
Yeah.
stuff.
Very, very squishy stuff. Yeah. Number 4 is Aliens, 1986. That's
Of course.
it's the follow up.
Sequel.
Yeah, the
Yep.
sequel. Number 5 is E.T. Extraterrestrial.
Eh,
You guys aren't.
It's so
big
weird.
fans?
ET doesn't feel like a alien movie to me.
I know it
E.T.
doesn't.
phone
right?
home. That was I think one of her what's her name's first movies.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yep.
And she was an annoying
Elliot.
little before she started getting drunk.
Oh well, yes.
That's when you started liking her after the
no.
problem started.
No, because she was still 12. So
Oh.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, she
was
started getting drunk hella early.
don't
Mhm.
want to talk about this no
She was
more.
going to Studio 54, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, good old.
She might be a
Hollywood
victim
queen.
of some stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
want to
she
talk about
certainly is, but we won't
Right.
get into that.
Right.
it. I'm sitting
Number
here like, I don't think there's doubts.
no. Number 6 is District 9. That was pretty good.
Oh,
I liked
wow.
it.
I actually like that one. I forgot
It's
about
in the
that one.
top
Yeah, I
10.
actually like that one.
Yeah, Peter Jackson movie, I think. Oh no, that's Neil Blomkamp. Sorry, I think Peter Jackson was the producer.
Still pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7, Edge of Tomorrow. I think
Okay.
that's the one that's Live, Die, Repeat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Tom Cruise.
Yes, Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Number-
Not a bad movie. Yeah.
No, it's not terrible.
Most of these on here, I actually can say I've seen, and like the few that I can't say I haven't seen. So
Right.
Number 8 is Predator. Yeah. Number 9 is the Day the Earth Stood Still. Did you guys see
Keanu.
that?
I saw both of
That was there was the new one is Keanu, but this one is the 1951 version, I guess.
I didn't see the 51 version.
Number 10 is Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
What year?
Donald Glover.
That's the 56 one. So
Oh.
the original, I guess.
Okay.
But yes,
So
the
it's hard to
Donald
compare
Glover one
those.
is good. Huh?
It's hard to compare the originals.
No, definitely not. Number 11 is Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Eh.
That one's okay. It's
Yeah.
kind of slow.
Ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
ooh.
Just playing music to each other. Yeah.
Right.
Number 12 is Contact.
Yeah.
Let's see that. That one's okay.
Yeah.
13, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I kind of liked it. I like the performances more than I like the movie itself. I thought what's his name did a really good job, but
John
I always
Goodman.
like
John Goodman.
I couldn't think of his name. I thought he did a really good job in that. He plays crazy really well.
Yes, and he's very kind of menacing and scary.
Yeah, 'cause he looks like he'll eat you.
He does.
12 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverdale are different movies, correct?
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
It's the follow-up to Cloverfield, though.
but they're in the same universe.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Yep. Didn't see the one, but yeah. Go ahead.
There's a sequel to that too, to Cloverfield. The Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, Paradox. Yeah. There's 3 in that. It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Number 14 is Men in Black. I think we've all seen that one. That's a good one.
Is that the one where the aliens blink sideways?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
It's the one where
MIBs.
it's the one where the space cockroach jumps inside a body and then is really gross and decrepit for the entire movie.
You mean wears an Edgar suit?
Yeah, Edgar. Sugar in water.
Don't do that again.
15. Oh, I like this one. The Mist. I don't know. Do I call that?
I wouldn't call that Alien though, because
Me
that was
neither.
interdimensional.
Right. Yeah. But The Mist is
But-
good.
Yeah, that's Stephen King, so I'm definitely for that one.
16 Super 8. That one was okay.
16 Super. Oh yeah,
Super 8.
the one
Yeah.
in the 70s with the kids.
Yes.
You
where
mean
they-
Stranger Things Part 1?
pretty much the precursor to Stranger Things. Yeah.
And we thought it was an original idea.
And Stranger Things is really just spooky Stand By Me.
Right.
That's basically all it
Damn.
is.
Right,
It's-
All this
Johnny?
original content, not so original.
Not so much. Not so much. Hey, you kids want to see an interdimensional dead body?
Oh,
17
man.
is Transformers. Transformers. I guess, yeah, I guess they're boring.
Ah!
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I missed that.
Bad. Transformers bad. Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox.
You know what?
That's the one.
I'd probably still pick them over the current stuff.
Well,
You'll
yeah.
take them over the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah. Not because either one of them's actually any good.
Why is my truck transforming?
God damn it! I need some thunder, buddy.
Hey, Cheryl, my truck.
What's with these
Wild.
trees, man?
I'd rather see a Ted 3, to be honest.
Ted 3.
Ted 3 would be hilarious, but Seth Green or Seth MacFarlane, which Seth is it?
McFarlane.
What?
That one.
What?
I think he's already been canceled.
Maybe.
Oh, was he?
I don't know. I'm being funny. He just, he
Oh.
doesn't pop out anymore.
Hey, man, look, I can't tell no more.
Yeah. And then let's see. The 18th one we all know, Independence Day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't like that one?
No, I did. It's just, we already talked about that a little bit.
Alien movie.
Yeah.
19 is Paul. I didn't see that one.
Oh,
I did.
I thought Paul.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
It was pretty funny.
Pretty funny. 20 is Signs. Just in case.
I see it. I've seen it, but
It's not as much as an alien movie as it is like Mel Gibson and his weird, creepy family being weird together.
Right.
It's just like Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, what's his name? Rory Culkin and Abigail.
Oh, wow. Right.
Yeah, it's
I
Macaulay's
didn't even
brother.
realize. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was him. So you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was just another M. Night movie.
Another M. Night movie, always with the twist, right?
Right.
It was water the whole time that could kill the aliens.
Right.
So they landed on a planet that's 70% water.
That makes sense. That's what I would do if I was deathly allergic to water. I would go where there's more water than anything else.
And then fight water creatures, basically.
Right. Bags of water that move and attack. All that makes sense.
Right.
So I wonder if you fling a little blood on them, would they be affected by it?
Maybe. If you're hydrated enough.
Oh yeah, let me drink some water first. Here, take this blood.
Yeah, exactly. Number. Oh, I didn't even remember that this is an alien movie, but it totally is, and I love this movie. 21 is Chronicle. I really like that movie.
Oh, with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, Michael B. Jordan is in it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was his. No, I want to say debut movie.
Maybe 2012.
I know. He was in TV shows before that, but I think that might be his first movie.
I think that's one of the better superhero movies, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I would agree with that. And I didn't like how they kind of did it towards the end, but yeah.
Yeah, the end is hokey, but the whole build up for the whole thing is pretty interesting.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah, pretty good. And the last one, of course, Mars Attacks.
Gotta love it.
Now that's one that we actually had to admit wasn't as trash as we once thought it was.
No,
I never thought it was actually trash.
Yeah, but I was young when I thought that.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I don't think that I appreciated it when I saw it as a younger person.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, that's a pretty funny movie. It was good. I think we did a review on that.
I think Pierce Brosnan got his head cut off in that one.
I mean, almost everybody dies in that movie.
Right. But I like seeing certain people get killed.
Supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But those are the 20 best alien movies according to IMDb.
I can't disagree with the list.
I can't either, but I'm also wondering, like, is there anything missing?
I feel like if we were to rake the weeds, yes, something's missing, but nothing
Yeah,
nothing you down a hill over.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I really
definitely.
liked that one that Annihilation.
Oh
That was a
yeah,
really
yeah.
good one. Honorable mention
That's a
because
good
that one
one.
was really good. That was a complicated one.
The Faculty
Yes.
was a great alien movie from
Oh, The
Wes Anderson.
Faculty. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you guys
that
ever
had
see
a.
Life?
Yes, I
That
did.
one was interesting.
That was pretty good too because you know
Yeah.
what? It doesn't have a happy ending at all.
No. It's the precursor to the symbiote suit.
Right. You know what, Keelan? You might actually enjoy that one. It has Ryan Reynolds in it,
Hmm.
Wait,
and he's
Life.
not funny.
I
Well,
think I
he is
remember.
funny.
I think I do remember Life, even though I didn't see it, and that's the precursor to Prometheus.
No, no, not in the same universe.
No.
No, I was just saying it's the precursor to the symbiote suit, but just because it's like a little splooge ooze alien thing.
Is ooze. Oh, that's another good alien movie. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Return.
Oh, Ivan Ooze.
Yep.
Yeah.
um, fair enough.
Just saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we could just keep going with this.
It's alien movies
Right.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much wrapping it up here, but I did want to drop a theory I have about something for you guys. Have you guys
Go
heard of
for it.
infrasound?
I know what you're talking about because
Mm.
I kind of only because I pay attention to you guys more than I
Mhm.
talk about.
All right. Fair enough. Keelan, you're familiar kind of because we've talked about it a little bit. But infrasound is any frequency or sound frequency below 20 hertz. And it ranges between 10 and 20 hertz, mostly imperceptible to the ear, but perceptible subconsciously to the human mind. What's super interesting about infrasound is that it can be used as a weapon. And there's a study that suggests that infrasound may cause feelings of awe and or fear in humans. It's also suggested that it's not consciously perceived, which makes it feel oddly supernatural. So the idea is that in a military application, what would happen is that they would have these machines that would send out infrasound frequencies, and they can cause panics. They can cause people to get depressed. I've heard about reports about causing enough despair in a human to make them want to end themselves. And
Happening.
the happening, yes, kind of actually, right? The trees were vibrating, so you could definitely say that it could have been infrasound too. But what's most concerning about this is that it's imperceptible, and it does have the ability to lower your mood and make you fearful and anxious. Actually, there was this. There's also a certain frequency within the infrasound frequency at 18.98 hertz that is called the ghost frequency. Apparently, if you listen to, you can increase your chances of paranormal activity happening. And
Nope.
yeah, right. Hey, just read this book in Latin. Don't worry about it.
Right. Nope.
Yeah, just repeat those words. Don't sweat. It's all good. It's very safe.
Right.
But I wanted to bring this up because there's this phenomenon that has happened, particularly with Christopher Nolan movies. And this actually happened to me when I went to go see Inception. And it is the feeling of intense despair after watching a Christopher Nolan film. Now, I couldn't get a whole bunch of first-hand accounts, but I did find a few people talking about this phenomenon, and I personally have experienced it myself. When I went to go see Inception, I thought it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. But afterwards, and I'd say for maybe a few days afterwards, I was thrown into like a really depressive state where I felt really desperate and almost like all hope had been lost for some reason. And I kind of just chalked it up to maybe like the symbolism in the movie because it's kind of a downer movie until I started seeing other people talk about feeling these types of feelings leaving Christopher Nolan's movies. And when I dug a little bit deeper, almost all of Christopher Nolan's movies have complaints about the sound. And it's usually about the sound mixing, how some sounds are much louder than others. I think Keelan, remember when we reviewed Tenet, that was one of our biggest complaints, was that the sound design was like all over the place. Some scenes would be super loud and then some would be super quiet. So Christopher Nolan has this, he has this reputation of over engineering sound within his movies. And that's actually one of the reasons he insists that you go see his movies in theaters. Now, this is where you put on your little tinfoil hat and say to yourself,
whoever takes theirs off.
Fair enough. You should always have it on. That's for sure.
Call me Dale Gribble.
Yeah. If you were a person that if you wanted to go to a place to experience infrasound, one of the places you could go as a normal person is a movie theater. Now, a lot of the speakers don't produce infrasound, but if you were particularly engineering the infrasound into the movie, it's quite possible that the surround sound would bathe you in that ultra low frequency sound.
Oh, God.
And I think that that's kind of what's happening with these Christopher Nolan movies, is that his soundtracks, and of course he uses Hans Zimmer in all of his soundtracks, right? And what does Hans Zimmer like to do? Long blaring horn, long blaring blah, blah, blah. Everything is loud. Everything is long and sustained. And I have a theory that he is using infrasound to instill dread and fear into the audiences as they watch his movies. What was the last Christopher Nolan movie you watched in the theater?
I haven't really done a whole lot of theater, so I can't say.
Yeah, I don't know the last
time
I watched a Christopher Nolan movie in theater, if ever.
I can tell you the last movie I saw in theater, and it was terrible. But
I thought it was The Flash, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yes, so just keep an eye out for that, because there is a practice of using infrasound in movies, and it can possibly send you into a depression, or even worse, a fear episode, or it can make you feel like you're haunted. So protect your ears out there. And
I mean, don't we already feel haunted?
Yes, that's true. We do.
Days,
yeah. But I thought that was kind of interesting. We don't necessarily consider the utilization of sound as a sort of weapon, and also a not just like a physical weapon, but almost a psychic weapon.
Right.
Isn't that the weapon? That's not the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we could go back to the movie we just watched. They cloned Tyrone, and that was a theme in there.
But sound as a sonic or psychic weapon, like the music and stuff.
Yeah,
you're right.
And I was gonna say, is that the same weapon they use to create earthquakes too, or is that a different sound weapon?
It's similar. I believe that's like ultra low frequency sound, but infrasound actually has the ability to make you feel like you're burning from the inside as well. Yeah, because it vibrates at such a low frequency that like it can
disrupt your molecules.
Yes, and it can increase your body temperature.
So that's where spontaneous human combustion comes from.
Maybe.
I mean, whoops.
Whoops.
I was just kidding, government. I was kidding. Or Anunnaki or whoever listening.
Whoever
watch your profanity.
Excuse my profanities.
But yeah, something we don't think about. And Keelan, you bring up a good point. It could also be used in music. So think about that next time you're consuming content. Does this content have infrasound in it? It would be imperceptible to you. But if there's certain content that you're consuming that makes you feel for no reason at all very sad or fearful, you might want to consider that infrasound is being used.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, That does bring up the what you were talking about before, Keelan. You
What's
wanted
that?
to talk about the soundtrack.
Oh no. That needs a deeper dive than that. But
Oh,
just for reference,
okay.
go ahead and check out that if Tyrone. I mean, they clone
They clone
Tyrone
it.
soundtrack. That thing is nice.
It's a
Um,
Mm.
banger.
it's no, like for real. It's almost like watching a movie all over again.
Wow.
Like thematically placed, the timestamps, the writing, the
Hmm.
sequence of the chronology of the album itself, the artists that were chosen in certain spots. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Even some of the verses, like yeah. So yeah, deeper dive if need be. Um, man, now I'm thinking about it. Look at there. I really enjoyed that album. I did. This has been a rough year for music in general, especially hip hop. But
Really?
oh my god, dude, like talking about people ain't putting no money into their marketing because ain't nobody buying shit. So ain't no number one hip hop records because they not putting nothing into them. I'm not saying they're not making music. No, they just not marketing it the same way because it's not being
I
purchased.
would have said they're not making music anymore.
I mean, they're not making music if that's the discussion we want to have, but for the sense of what we're talking about when it
Right.
comes to infrasound and in general, I think infrasound also is a big part of people charting, right? You have to have that poppy sound, and
Oof.
that's not a thing right now across the board. Like everybody is just is everybody making a album for they folk, for their friends, for the people that roll in their circles, which is actually, in my opinion, a really good thing.
Mm.
That's what music is supposed to be. But as far as the way that it's
Ah.
being used, I think if we were to get 30 albums this year, only two of them wouldn't, in my opinion, use some level of infrasound to get you to come to the product. That's
Mm.
yeah. But yeah, because infrasound is everywhere. It's a problem.
Right.
We're not gonna. I don't think. I think that's really what we have to be real about. It's a problem because you don't know it's there, and you don't know really what it's influencing, and it's definitely there in everything. Nick just did a whole, broke down how Christopher Nolan's put it in all of his blockbuster movies. These are billion-dollar features. How many people are seeing them? How many people are being affected?
Few people, everybody.
How few people are seeing them, but everybody's being affected.
Yeah.
Nah, more than a few people are seeing them. But yeah, um, I feel like I can't say anything more about what it does, infrasound, because it's. Here's a question, Nick. Do you think for people to fully understand what is being done to us, they have to experience it after hearing about it, or it's just inherently gonna become something that kind of like how we're getting to a point with superhero movies, where at a certain point it's like, all right, look, we know what you're doing, stop.
Hmm.
Hmm. But yeah.
You there, Nick?
Oh, is Nick? Did he might be on mute? Are you on mute? Or he might have stepped away. But
Okay.
yeah, in general, I don't think the oh wow, okay, got you. So Nick saying he's having some mic issues over there, so he's working that out. We'll just keep going.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so as far as the infrasound, I something I don't think is as inherent as people would assume. I don't think that all of the artists and or even all of the creators, like we know in this situation of what we're talking about, Christopher Nolan himself
Hmm.
is in charge of sound design. Who's in charge of sound design for albums and for all television? Like it's not always the same person.
The same person
And
who's in charge at the Pussycat Dolls. I mean,
go
oh
ahead.
man, what was that stupid movie? Shoot, I had a joke all set up. Damn it. My bad.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, there you
Yes,
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know
I'm
what
gonna have to
happened.
look it up. Shoot. Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, okay, same thing. Pussycat.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's who it was. I knew it was the Pussycat something.
That's actually a good movie too.
Yeah, and it deals with kind of what you're talking, but it was more like subliminal messaging,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of under the undertones of subliminal messaging in music and how it can influence the masses. But it's kind of the same thing because you're still trying to influence the masses through music,
Right.
Right.
A great subliminal
or
messaging.
or in the case with Nick with movies with Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, this is a working theory. I can't prove anything, but I think that he is using infrasound, and maybe it's not him, maybe it's Hans Zimmer, but they both work together. So
Yeah.
I mean,
This
who's on top of who on that one?
Wow.
that's the question, right? Yeah.
This discussion reminds me of that one movie, Scott.
Pilgrim.
Thank you, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Because I think that was like you didn't realize until you went to see that and sat with it, like, oh shit, this is a musical, and then you start listening and you're like, oh, they're making good points.
You know, I never thought of that movie as a musical, but you're right.
Nobody does, but it is.
Damn it. Because I
It
hate
is.
musicals in general.
Yeah.
As a general rule, I hate musicals. And I've had 3 of them recommended to me recently.
And you're going to love every last one of them.
Maybe, because they're supposed to be dark comedies.
You're going to like them more than you like Rent and Les Miserables.
Never seen either one.
I like the Team America version of Rent.
Oh, yeah.
Lease. It was called Lease.
Right. Apparently, they're doing a Book of Mormon, too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
They love their musicals, so I guess.
That's what they do.
Oh, and as a side note to what we were talking about earlier, White Tiger. Just throwing that out there.
That's very cryptic.
To comic books?
It's a whole animated series.
Yeah.
Coming out by Marvel.
I know who the White Tiger is.
Looks just like T'Challa, but opposite.
Oh, okay.
Looks like T'Challa, but a zebra.
I'm gonna let you draw your own conclusions on opposite.
Are him and White Vision gonna hang out with each other?
Oh, that's a girl.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna bring that Madagascarian chocolate with that.
Man, look. Hey, did you guys see the video games are now gonna have AI chat responses so you can talk to them directly?
Yeah, there's already mods. There's already mods for Skyrim, I think.
I didn't know Skyrim had mods about it, but I know that they've been playing around with the idea that you can talk directly to the NPCs and you can tell them this world isn't real, and the AI bot will respond to it exactly whatever you said.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fascinating stuff, and I was like, "This is where we're at, huh?" There's no reason to even go outside anymore.
No, not at all. One step closer to the pod. One step.
I think even Tim Pool was talking about that too.
Was he talking about Civil War?
No. I think he was talking about. It was just a small clip I saw, and I guess he ended up talking about how we're getting to a point in video games where you won't even have to leave your house to have human interactions. You can just hop on a video game with an AI chat responder, and it'll just hold whole ass conversations with you, like if it was a person.
Yeah, better then. It'll be a hyper reality of human interaction, but that's kind of the problem, right? Because there'll be still people who want real human interaction. Because we'll have to. It's like the same thing as you're not going to pay $2 million for a painting from Midjourney, but you'll pay $2 million for a Van Gogh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's doing that now?
Well, I mean, people who buy art.
Oh, okay. Because I don't even understand art.
Well, you know what I mean, though. It's just like you're having a painting from an AI bot is different than having a human painting.
Right. So where's the art in that? The art's now creating the art. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, pretty much.
So is that even still art?
No, it becomes a hyper reality of art, which is interesting.
It becomes a token.
Yeah, well, it becomes realer than real. This is what the sort of postmodernists would think, is that there's what'll happen is that AI will create dynamics that are more real than the real world, and people will tend to favor those things over the actual reality. So you think about like Instagram and filters and stuff, right? Instagram filters have made people look more real than they really are. And so there's this hyper reality now of this person that doesn't actually exist because they're putting their face through a whole bunch of filters. But people prefer that thing over the reality of the thing. So it becomes more real to them than the actual real thing.
That's because those filters take away the perceived flaws of that person. So that person is no longer that person. It's something else.
Correct.
And that's not the person that they're actually selling. So I get what you mean. And it's disgusting.
Hey, look at all that truth you spouting over there, young man.
Hey.
Don't do that.
The sun shines on a dog's ass at least twice a day. Or something like that.
Sometimes thrice if it moves.
Wow.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
That is true. That is very true. All right. Anything else we wanted to add? That we've been going on for a bit now.
Sinead O'Connor died.
Wow. Yeah.
That's true.
Tragedy.
Not good.
I was just gonna
Angus
say
Cloud died. Tragedy. Anybody even know who that is?
No, Paul Rubens too.
I didn't know who he was either. Who's Paul Rubens? It sounds familiar.
Pee-wee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I actually care about that. I actually care about that because I grew up watching Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a weirdo until I was old enough to understand he was a weirdo.
Fair.
And then again, was he?
Oh yeah.
Not really.
Not really. No, he was.
Just because he did things in public doesn't make him necessarily a weirdo.
It wasn't
just.
No.
That's actually the one thing that doesn't make him weird. There were other things.
Oh, you know stuff I don't know then. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hands up. Don't shoot.
He had a lot. Now you know what? Nope. He passed away. I'm gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's not Michael Jackson.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I'm just gonna say, condolences to his family. He was 70 years old. So.
Wow, really?
He was actually younger than I thought he was. I knew he was old.
Man, I feel old.
I know.
I keep telling people, listen, Pee-wee and Mr. Bean, people like them, I tell people, I'm like, go and look up how old these dudes are. Like, I don't know why people be thinking they're young. Like, they are up there.
Yeah. Certainly. Well, all right, gents. Anything else?
No. I mean, hey, it just keeps on trucking. But what I was gonna say really quick, Infrasound is hands down some bullshit at the end of the day. Because it's sneaky and nobody likes sneaky level bullshit.
Right.
These movies, they gotta step it up. It's just that simple. They have to step it up, or they need to start actually listening, because there's no way that they're taking research groups and they're coming back making this shit.
But maybe they are.
No way.
Well, think about if they're selecting the group with specific ideas in mind, then they're just getting their what's the word I'm looking for? They're getting the results they're looking for.
If these are the results they're looking for, then so be it. Hey, I can admit I'm wrong.
And they can justify, like, well, this is what these groups said. Yeah, but who selected the group?
They did. And that's where I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then
it's like when the government investigates itself.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They never do that.
Well, they never find any wrongdoing when they do.
Well, they didn't do nothing. They made the rules, and they get to do the research. So
we investigated. We found out we did everything perfectly legally. Don't worry about it.
We looked into it. We were right.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't a robot that glitched on the camera. That wasn't an Anunnaki either.
No, he was scared for his life. You didn't see that man in the back of the room?
Right.
That motherfucker's not real. And then alien pre-programming. I don't think I ever answered the question earlier. yes, they are trying to get us to not see something. The question is what? And what is the real alien pre-programming? Is it telling you, not telling you, or making you think you're crazy for what they just told you?
I think it's softening the blow for whatever they want to roll out. To be honest, I don't 100% buy the alien thing. If I'm being
Well, we've been saying
honest,
that for years, though. To be honest,
yeah,
too.
yeah, no,
We've been saying that with movies. They've been trying to soften us up for the actual rollout.
yeah, and I think that that's what a lot of the movies that we saw when we were growing up were. Now we're sort of conditioned and primed to be like, oh, the aliens are here. Well, that took a while, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't buy it, man. I don't buy it because, like, like everybody says, why is it filmed on a potato? And
Real. Yeah, that's real. For
I
sure.
think
Right.
I think
No argument.
Elon Musk said it the most succinctly, even though we definitely have to have an episode about him.
You mean the greatest human being to ever live?
Shut it. No.
You don't want to buy a
No.
flamethrower?
Yeah. He said about aliens, they sure are subtle.
Right.
So there you go. I think that
Is
wraps
Elon
it up.
Musk an AI bot?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I know that his family owned emerald mines in Africa, and before that, his family were very popular in the progressive movement in the early 30s. And if you know your history about the progressivism of the 30s, there were some questionable ideas.
Controversial.
Some questionable ideas brewing in that group of people back then. So, that's
Eugenics.
Yes, Gesundheit.
Sminix.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so all that on more on another episode of Banter. We'll do a deep dive on those types of things at some point.
Hero fatigue.
Yes, indeed. All right,
Aliens.
Aliens and infrasound. Yep.
Yeah.
Hero fatigue is so real. We only talked about that shit for like 30 seconds.
Pretty much. That was the shortest segment.
Right.
All right. Well, you guys good to go?
Good.
Yep.
All right. Let's wrap this up. Thanks so much, you guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Banter. We're going to be doing this once in a while, so stay on the lookout for that. We'll be back on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m., where Mike will be choosing a movie for us to review.
Yes.
And we'll be back 8:30 p.m. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to check out what we do on other podcasts, you can check out the screen right now. There's a whole list of podcasts for you to check out. If Numbers Could Talk, Screen Time Continuum, Strawberries Coffee, and King of Ilion. Those are on Twitch. Go check out. Sub to Mike. He is streaming on Twitch all the time at King of Ilion. We also have
about to expand that too. Just so
good.
Know.
Yes. So make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you're notified when he goes on. And Exofathom and This Married Moment. Please go check those channels out if you'd like. We have a big catalog of stuff for you to listen to. So, I think that's it for us tonight. Thank you again, everybody. We are at like almost 180 subscribers. I think we got like 30 subs in the last week. So thank you so much for everybody subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button. And thanks for your comments. We really appreciate it. We hope that you have a wonderful evening or whenever you're listening to this. For Screen Time Continuum, I am Nick.
I am Keelan.
And I'm Mike.
Good night.
Appreciate you guys.
Don't get abducted and probed. That's the key.
Hey, Nick, I just want to let you know, you could say litany since there's a cat on the screen, even though technically it's a cat cacophony as well.
Oh, it is a cat cacophony.